Well, hey, good morning. Major General Todd Royar and Command Sergeant Major Dove coming back to you. We're probably about a month and a half, 2 months into the response to coronavirus right now, and so we just kind of want to give you a quick little update. First and foremost, please remember that your safety, the safety of your family and those that you work with are foremost in our mind. And we're also concerned to make sure that we can provide the response back to the Army and to the nation that's required of us. Overall, folks are doing exceptionally well. We could not be more proud of them. And so, despite the tragic events that are currently going on and those that are hurting, we also want to recognize the great things that are being done by you and the entire workforce, and those things to be thankful of. Let me give you a couple of examples. Our great depot up at Letterkenny is providing up to 500,000 masks and potentially some surgical gowns to a local community hospital. That is done exceptionally quickly, and they are starting to produce here this weekend. We could not be more proud of them and what their response is. Flight school down at Fort Rucker, it started back up again this week after a 2-week break, and at the end of the day, that was only possible because of the great work done by ACLC. Corpus Christi, our depot down there, also doing phenomenal work, and they're keeping our aviation fleet flying. Overall, the entire workforce is doing fantastic, and we could not be more proud of them. So we need to take a look at those opportunities for really what's going on well. There's some other opportunities that are going on well, and those are also at home. For one, I'm personally kind of excited. My 2 younger sons are learning how to drive, and even though that we're absolutely following the stay-at-home order, those few opportunities where they have to get out, nobody else is on the road. I'm sure that you're glad to know about that, just like I am as well, when they do have the opportunity to drive. So you got to take a look at those, silver linings that are going. So with that, there's a couple of new policy things that have come out in the last week or so. So, Sergeant Major.
Thank you, sir. So some of the things that's going on here at Redstone, we still have a lot of folks that are teleworking. And AMC put out some new guidance this past week from General Perna, that maximum telework will continue until the 15th of May, not just at Redstone, but at all of our locations where people are doing telework. So that will continue. However, it will be updated and looked at on a regular basis. The Department of the Army has also extended the travel restriction till the 30th of June. There are still some exceptions to policy on that, but that extension has gone on until the 30th of June. Case by case, continue to work with your supervisor on those things. The other new thing that finally made it through the Department of the Army channels and down to us is the Family First Coronavirus Response Act. So this is a very detailed, complex document. We do have it posted on our webpage on the coronavirus tab. We want you to take a look at that and take note of it. There's several reasons on how you can take leave through the Response Act. But one thing that I want you to be aware of, and I want to read this note because it applies to everybody that does take this, and it's very specific, and it does have an impact on you. All employees must be informed that leave under the FFCRA may result in a debt that will be collected at a later date, and they will be ineligible to receive a debt waiver. So again, please go to the webpage and read through the document. It's very specific, it's very lengthy, but it does apply to all of our, to the majority of our workforce, sir.
All right, thanks, Sergeant Major. And I think as we're all taking a look at the news has definitely shifted over the last couple of weeks, really about the looking forward and opening up the economies again and kind of getting back to whatever that new normal is going to be. And so we just kind of want to give you a quick idea about where we in AMCOM sit for that. First of all, again, your safety is of paramount importance to us. As I mentioned last week during the virtual town hall, we will have a phased approach coming back. That approach will be unique, meaning that every installation part of the country will come back at a slightly different time, and so we'll follow that as well. And then we're working with Army Material Command and Receiving Department of the Army guidance on exactly how that's going to be done. However, prior to bringing anybody back in, we'll make sure that all employees have the opportunity to get briefed on what the procedures are. as well as making sure that we have those conditions set. It will not be a very quick reaction. It will be very methodical, and we'll make sure that everyone's informed. At the end of the day, we cannot begin to thank you enough for all that you are doing. We're exceptionally proud of you, your service to the nation, and what you're able to provide to the warfighter. So with that, Army Strong.
Army strong.